Brimbury Tigers. Coach, second game of the season, picked up a nice win in your first outing against Pioneer, the 8th ranked team in the state 4A, and you come out tonight and really put it on the North Miami Warriors, not necessarily a dominating performance like you would expect, being 10-0. I mean, your hits, they were in the right spots. We talked about it all game. You were putting it in that spot between the infield and the outfield, just where the Warriors couldn't get there. And some good base running for you guys tonight, getting some runs across. Took advantage of a few pass balls here at home plate and got some runs across. But nonetheless, a great outing for the Peru Tigers, picking up the second win of the season. Give me your thoughts on the game tonight.
Yeah, I thought, first of all, Cameron Beecham, he's a tremendous kid, he's a tremendous family. He does a fantastic job for us, and he's a Division I athlete, he's a junior, and we know what we're going to get when he's on the bump. And I thought he handled himself real well, and our goal is always still about 85% fastball here, and he did that. We worked hard on the corners tonight, and I heard you mention that. We did throw breaking balls just to get work tonight. We try to put the breaking ball off the plate about 4 inches in the dirt and make the catcher block it, and we do that through the tourney. And so we worked on some things tonight with him, and I thought he handled that pretty well because we could have thrown dead red most of the night and didn't. We worked in and we worked out very well, and worked breaking balls, probably the catcher for most of the night, which I was great and red. I like tonight better offensively. We worked 3 running hits and 2 hit and runs tonight. 5 out of 5 times we hit the ball where they're moving, and so that was good to see because we were raising our hands a little bit. We know we have to be that type of team where we've got good team speed, and we've got to be able to hit the ball in the 4 and 6 hole when that happens. And so tonight was a big improvement on that. Sean Smith showed some toughness, a sophomore, wore a couple of them tonight. He's a great baseball player, great family. Defensively, we played very well 2 nights in a row, and you can tell we're getting farther away from spring break because we looked a little better tonight at some of that stuff. So I was proud of the kids' effort. They were excited to play at home. It's a beautiful field here.
Yeah, I talked about it. I don't know how many fields around here have lights. We didn't necessarily need them tonight. Game ended kind of early, but it's beautiful out here. It's a great atmosphere for a game. So if you're in the area, make sure you pick up a Peru Tigers baseball schedule and get out to a game. Piggybacking on you talking about speed, we were talking about throughout the game what a luxury it is to have a guy like Kaufman in your 9-hole, okay? And when he gets on, you've got that speed in your 9-hole, plus your leadoff guy's usually a speedster, and then behind that you have typically in the 2, 3, 4, 5 area your better hitters on the team. So if you can get that guy in the 9-hole on like you guys did tonight, that sets up good things going forward.
Yeah, there's no question. We're set up. Abel knows his role with Smith. He knows he worked up when he's on. Kaufman understands his role. He's a 4-year player here. Does a great job. Great baseball family. And he had a great night at Pioneer. Had a sac fly that night. Had an over on the right side, getting the guy over to third with less than 2 outs. Tonight you see what he does. Plays a great defensive job for us. Real positive young man. And then you come up with Fremont, Richardson, and Nolan Brimbury. All 3 are sub-760s and run very well. So our guys at the bottom understand the roles. We've talked very since last fall. Understand your role. Understand what you got to do to help us be successful. And I love seeing that stuff. And there you see that. That stuff doesn't go unnoticed because 8 and 9 are very important to us, and when we have innings, it starts down there. It doesn't start up in 1 hole most times. So those guys understand what those spots are. Their job is to get on base. Their job is to get guys over and get the top flipped again. And we've got great team speed. We had 4 stolen bases last night. We had a few tonight. I shut down the running game. Coach Grant does a great job with North Miami. He was a great player for them when he played. He's a class act. So we shut down the running game after we got 7-0. You saw that. And but what I guess I would say, we only read the dirt ball at that point. If it goes in dirt, we'll go. Everybody else stays home. That's out of respect for them. And we don't like to beat anybody 10-0 here. That's not the goal. And we wouldn't do that with Coach Grant in North Miami. They're a class program.
And we were talking about in the first couple innings, it looked like there was a couple times that they had some backwards Ks, guys just looking at third strikes. from the third inning on, it looked like Coach Grant said, no more. Right. We're going to go out there, and if we're going to travel all the way over here, we're going to swing the bat. And after that, they didn't let anything go by them without swinging. So hats off to Coach Grant for doing that.
He's a baseball guy, and he has been. He was his player, he was his coach, and it was nice being back on the field, seeing some familiar faces out there, and I thought his kids handled it well. And you know, on the beach sometimes it's overpowering. That's what he is.
Yeah.
But we got to get our work in too when he throws. We can't just lay down. So we're still struggling a little bit when we get bases loaded. That's 2 nights in a row. We're hitting it. We're just hitting it at people right now, and so that'll come. And looking forward to tomorrow night. We got Ole Miss coming up at 6 p.m. and Charlie Arundale's back. He used to be at Marion a lot of years ago, and they're pretty good teams over there. So we know they'll swing the bat a little bit. So we had a great crowd tonight. Both stands, biggest crowd I've seen here for a few years. So great to see our Tiger faithful out there and seeing what I consider one of the most beautiful ballparks in Indiana.
This is Chuck Brimbury, your Peru Tigers coach. One more question for you, Coach. We were talking about it throughout the game, and I wanted to get your input on it. The luxury of having not just one left-handed pitcher, but you said you had 4 that are pretty good pitchers, and just when the other team gets on base, from the fact that it's harder for them to steal a base because the left-handed pitcher is looking right at first base. I mean, it's the little things in the game. I'm sure you talk about it with your team all the time, but little things like that make such a big difference, because North Miami a couple times got a guy on first, a guy that looked to have some speed, and they can't go anywhere because Beecham's staring right at him.
Yeah, and Brimbury handled that well last night as well. And you know, I guess I would say Alex Dickens going to go tomorrow night. He's a very good left-handed junior. Pounds the zone on the inner third. You'll see him. He's got a nice little backdoor break, and we've got several of those guys in the program right now. And man, what a luxury.
Yeah.
It is. I coached 350 games and had 3 pretty good ones here over that time. And what I'm going to tell you is I got enough guys now that I can go lefty most of the week, and you never see a right-hander. I've also got, Nolan Brimbury is 5-0, and he hasn't seen the bump yet. We've got Dickens, who's a quality left-hander. He's going to get his first start tomorrow. Michael Richardson is a very good pitcher, has not seen the bump yet. Chase Ogle is a very good pitcher, has not seen the bump yet. Wow. So we've got some arms here, and so we're working hard offensively. We know we got to play defense. I feel confident there. We've got to continue to be that team that can hit the ball and can move runners, and you'll see us work on the bunt game tomorrow. Hopefully it's a little tighter game where we can get that in, because we got to be able to move runners, we got to be able to drop step, and we got to be able to do that part to win that 3-2 game later in the season.
Well, Coach, thanks for coming up after the game. It's a pleasure talking to you on my first game here. Look forward to getting to know you guys a little bit, and good start.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here too, Derek. We're very appreciative of the coverage you give of not just Peru High School, but Miami County kids. There's no station in Indiana, I've been to 4 school districts, that covers kids better than your station. I appreciate your coverage. You're always welcome in Peru, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
All right, thanks for coming up, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Great.